What's happening, troops? Welcome back to another video on the SharpDiv YouTube channel, and in this video today I would like to speak about a topic that has just been dominating the news here in Scotland, and that is the fact that Rangers, for the upcoming match versus Legia Warsaw, will have to ban 3,000 fans from coming into the stadium. Not those fans individually, specifically for the actions that had took place, but just 3,000 fans in general, and we will need to put a banner down displaying equal game. And this was just because at a recent St Joseph's game, UEFA found Rangers to be guilty of racist chanting with specifically sectarian annotations. So for the upcoming match, Rangers will have to do this. This is obviously a really sensitive subject, so I'm going to try and speak as clearly and well as possible, giving some of my opinions, but also going back in history a little bit to where the song The Billy Boys actually originated from, and looking at both points of views to decipher where everybody stands on this currently. Rangers 100% stand against it at this current moment in time. They are actively speaking out against it. In a recent statement by the club, which was announcing the ban, they actually said this, and let me read this out so that I get it perfect for you guys. Rangers have been ordered by UEFA to close a section of Ibrox Stadium for the return leg of the club's Europa League playoff tie against Legia Warsaw. UEFA have ruled that a group of Rangers supporters were guilty of racist behaviour, which includes sectarian singing. If any individual supporter is unable to behave in a civilised manner, then please stay away from Ibrox and our club. So that was really strong words from Rangers Football Club in direct response to fans that can't show up to a Rangers match and can't behave themselves properly in accordance with the laws that have been put in place. So the song that has been in the news and has been getting spoke about a hell of a lot from Rangers fans, from other fans, is The Billy Boys. And I done a little bit of digging on this song, and from knowledge of myself knowing the song, I have came up with this. Probably not a lot of people will know that the Billy Boys song wasn't always to do with Rangers Football Club. It wasn't a song that Rangers fans came up with in particular. It was all to do with kind of social and economic reasons within Glasgow at the time. Now, there is a song that has also been banned that has been sung quite a lot in Scottish football, and that is The Famine's Over, Why Don't You Go Home? And this is in direct relation to something that happened over in Ireland, and that was a famine, basically, where they never had enough food to survive, so they almost became refugees. They immigrated, a lot of them, to Scotland, and in particular Glasgow. When the Roman Catholics came over to Glasgow, in particular to do with this video, well, I'm just going to speak about Glasgow, but when they came over, tensions started to build between the two religions, because Scotland, Glasgow, was Protestant primarily. A large percentage of the people that stayed within Glasgow were Protestant. And when the Catholics came over, because they were struggling in their native lands, they ended up getting kind of taken advantage of, in a sense, by employers, and they started working for less money and stuff like that. And this led to something that is known in Glasgow as the Great Depression, and this was in the 1930s that kind of ran through. I think it was somewhere in the region of 25 to 35% of people living within Glasgow were unemployed. So because there was a massive amount of people that were unemployed, gangs started to form. In Brigton in particular, a gang formed named the Brigton Billy Boys. The Brigton Boys, the Billy Boys, the Protestant Brigton Billy Boys, whatever you want to call them. But they were formed within Brigton in particular. That is where that gang came from. And they were formed by a guy named Billy Fullerton. So the name Billy actually originates from his actual name in the song, as far as I'm aware from the research and the digging that I've done into the past. So it wasn't just the Brigton Billy Boys that had started. There was a number of different gangs, and there was also Catholic gangs. There was a Catholic gang that used to clash quite a lot with the Billy Boys, and they were called the Norman Conks. During this time, the Billy Boys went on marches, and this is where the song Billy Boys originated from. They sang it when they were on their marches. And at this time, a lot of these fans started to go along to Rangers matches, and in time, the song just became part of the experience in the club, and it was sang throughout the stands for a number of years. So hopefully that has gave you a little bit more of an insight into where this song exactly came from. Now, in 2006, David Murray spoke out about the song a little bit, tried to encourage fans not to sing it. UEFA started to investigate Rangers, but because it was in direct response to Irish Republicans, that was what was said that the song was about, and being against them, they couldn't do anything about it until the song was outlawed in 2011. Now let's go back to the sanction that was put in place by UEFA. Now 3,000 fans. If you're looking at a child ticket being 15 quid, that's roughly a 45 grand fine minimum. And if you're looking at it being the adult price, which was 25 quid, that's a 75 quid fine maximum for the club. Now that's not great. It's not good for any business, especially Rangers. And some popular people within the Rangers community, including the Loudon Tavern, which is a popular pub that a lot of Rangers fans visit, Heart and Hand podcast, and also Four Lads Had a Dream, which is a really popular blog, have condemned the singing of the Billy Boys and other songs that are deemed to be sectarian. Me personally, I think we're at a point now where Rangers are wanting to disassociate themselves from any sort of religious divide possible. So for the club, for the best interests of the club, I think when you are attending Rangers matches, home or away, you should try and not get the club into bother, basically. Not sing these songs, not bring religion into it, not bring politics into it. Keep it strictly about football, and there won't be any bans going forward, because the next steps are really bad. We're talking about games behind closed doors. We're talking about hefty fines, point deductions, disqualifications, and this could leak in to the SPFL as well. Points deductions, we don't want that. We don't want that at all. We're only just getting back to where we're supposed to be, and we don't want to be dragging down the name of the club specifically. Now, the manager, Steven Gerrard, has also spoke out about the matter, and he has weighed in by saying, and I paraphrase, that Rangers shouldn't let themselves down, because known throughout the world, our fan base is known to be amazing. So by being associated with negativity like this, it's only going to bring us down, and that is where he stands at the matter. He has urged fans not to engage in this sort of singing. So moving on to the next topic that we need to speak about regarding this issue, and that is the section within Ibrox that is going to be closed, and it is now came out that it will be BF1. And if you don't know, this is where the Union Bells sit. They are the voice of the Rangers support during match days. They get the songs going, they get everybody singing, the drums, the megaphone, everybody's bouncing in there, and it's kind of like a dominoes effect throughout the stadium, and it gets everybody else going. With that theory and them starting all the songs, people are now saying, did they start the Billy Boys? Now, me personally, having gone to the games, I have not seen any words like that come from that section, from BF1, the Union Bells in particular. Yes, there might have been people within that section that are singing it, but I have, me personally, never heard it originate and start from that section. So I think that it's very, very harsh to punish this group of supporters and basically kick them out. And fair enough, it needs to be a section within the stadium, and in the Rangers statement it does say that a lot of innocent fans will be banned from entering the match due to actions from other fans. The only problem that I do have with it is the emails that were sent out. Now, I was sitting in BF5, that's where my ticket was for Liga Warsaw. We were sent an email out, and it was pretty nice, being relocated to BF3 for the match. But the people that sat in BF1 were sent quite a snappy email, and it was quite straight to the point. Wasn't nice at all. So it was almost like they were making them a scapegoat. It was almost like they were making the Union Bells a scapegoat, and BF1 in particular the scapegoat, and just hanging them there to dry. So let me know in the comment section your thoughts on this. Are they being really harsh on the Union Bells and BF1 in particular? Are they kind of hanging them out to dry in a sense. Let me know in the comment section below where you stand on that one. Now, Rangers are not the only club or the only establishment that have been handed this type of punishment. In fact, it happened to Greece as well, the national team, who were found to be being racist during a match, and they had to put in a banner as well saying equal game, whatever the banner says. They had to do it as well. Similar things have been given to the Romanian national team, the Polish national team, Partizan Belgrade as well as fines being implemented to a number of other clubs, including Celtic FC, for putting out a paramilitary banner in a game in 2017 versus Linfield, who are obviously notoriously known as being Blues Brothers with Rangers. In this situation, they were handed a £20,000 fine, and obviously Rangers have been made an example of in this one, being handed a much heftier punishment by UEFA. And going forward, it needs to be something that we try and eradicate. So the only message that I would put out there is that since UEFA have now really clamped down on Rangers for their actions versus St Joseph's, they must now keep doing it to every other club that shows examples of this, that shows an element of racism, sectarianism, anything along that nature. They need to be really looking into it. And yes, I think that Neil Doncaster should start being more strict here within Scotland as well, because Rangers are not the only club to break in to this sort of singing, bringing religion into it. It actually goes much deeper. It goes into the lower leagues, and it's also right at the very top within Scotland as well. So yes, if Scotland are actually taking it seriously, Neil Doncaster should start doing a similar thing here in Scotland to every club. And that is going to bring us to the end of this video. If you have enjoyed it, I've tried to bring a little bit more light to the situation, tried to explore each topic, give a bit of my opinions whilst going back a wee bit in time and bringing forward where the Billy Boys actually originated to the best of my abilities. So if you have enjoyed that, then please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. I've been SharpDiv, you've been yourself. On the Rangers on Thursday. I'm out.
All my weakness keep on